I've been having a horrible time pulling myself together.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ashley Milholland for thepunksite.com, and I'm here with Tom May and the Menzingers. We're in Jacksonville Beach, Florida at Freebird Live. How are you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great. I'm at the beach, and it's amazing.
Great. So you're on tour with the Mountain Souls right now. So how's the tour been so far?
Tour's been incredible. We just went with them to Europe, and that was an amazing experience. We did a short run to Canada and came back, and now we're with them all summer. It's amazing. It's one of the bands that we all grew up, listening to. It's just amazing to go on tour with them. It was funny. I was telling them the first time that we saw them, we told our parents I was going to Wilkes-Barre, which is like 20 minutes outside of Scranton. Instead, we went to Philadelphia. We saw them with Anti-Flag. It was so cool.
So you've been on tour with amazing bands such as Hot Water Music, Against Me, The Descendants, and Pennywise. How has that experience been for you?
Well, we played a couple shows with Hot Water Music. We haven't played with Pennywise yet.
Haven't played yet?
No, not yet. That's coming up in August in Australia. But it's been pretty amazing to go on tour with bands that you look up to so much and that are just genuinely really end up being really good people at the same time. It kind of reaffirms everything that they say about the songs.
Right.
It's great.
So let's go back. How did the band form?
Three of us, Eric and myself and Joe, played in a ska band together. And Greg played in a band with my brother. And when these bands dissolved, we kind of just formed together.
Where did the name The Menzingers come from?
The name it was the first password that we ever used in the first bathhouse record.
Oh, okay. So on your new album, On the Apostles' Path, can you tell us a little bit about the album?
It was recorded at Atlas Studios in Chicago. We spent more time on it than any of the other records we ever did. And working with Matt Allison was amazing. He just got the things out of us that we wanted to get out of us that we couldn't really describe or put into words. It'd be all awkward. We'd be like, "Well, do this-ish," and he was just. It was great.
So how was Chicago?
It's great. I loved it. Chicago's an incredible city.
So, where did the title come from?
That one, it's the way we're looking at it is it has to do with the subjectivity of your past.
And who designed the artwork for the album? How does that represent?
There was a photographer from Scranton. His name was Mark Cohen. He was a famous photographer that ended up coming out of the Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area. And he had a bunch of photographs, and we really wanted to use a photograph as a cover, like something that would be, I don't know, a bit iconic or something. We chose that one because the person who's getting their picture taken, you can't see their face. So it's like a faceless, but you can tell so much from their body language how shocked she seems to be having her picture taken. The wedding wing is right there. Kind of like.
You also released an album of acoustic demos on the Impossible Path.
Impossible Pass. That was all the demos that we had made for the record, and we just compiled them together, remixed them with Andy from Luther, and we put it out on a tape, a limited run for people who pre-ordered the album.
So your songs are very nostalgic driven, reflecting on the past, failures, and successes. So what leads you to write that direction?
That's just what came kind of naturally at this point. Not all the songs are nostalgia driven, but there's a good majority, and the theme of the album is totally like that. And that's just everything that you are in the present came from what you did in the past. So just kind of reflecting on that, trying to relate and put it into words to either change for the future or understand what's coming in the future.
The songs are very specific, retelling particular instances of friends. So is it hard putting yourself out there and sharing these stories and emotions?
I wouldn't say it's hard. If anything, it feels good. It's therapeutic.
There's also a sense of simplistic Americana in your lyrical structures. While the stories are very specific, there's still something universally relatable in the stories about the Mexican guitars. I can't seem to tell in the obituaries. How do you think you were able to do that?
Well, thanks. Well, actually, those songs were written by Greg.
Okay. Some of your older material has a lot of literary and musical references. Now that you've progressed to more personal anecdotes, what made you leave some of the literary devices behind?
I don't know if it was necessarily a conscious decision. Are you talking about literary references?
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily a conscious decision. That was just what we had felt at the time. We were really inspired by the things that we were reading. You know, we had songs like there's like Even for an Eggshell is about Hamlet, and there's a bunch of other songs that have references to literary works that were really important to us at the time. It was just that's where we were going at that point.
What was the transition like going from releasing stuff on Go-Kart to Red Scare and now Epitaph? Was it a constant evolution or a big leap?
It's been the first one was a big leap, kind of, because we didn't really have very much of a personal relationship with Go-Kart. And then we ended up putting out things like Red Scare, which is run by Toby Jag, and he's become and will always stay one of our best friends and one of my personal best friends forever. So that was a really cool jump. And the jump to Epitaph has been intense. It's just such a bigger machine. It kind of has a lot of cogs in it, and it's been very beneficial for us. It's really exciting.
Your band is labeled in the punk rock indie genre. Do you agree with bands having genre labels?
Yeah, you have to use words to describe things. People get ridiculous with pigeonholing stuff, but it's like saying there shouldn't be any difference between purple and blue because it's in the same kind of spectrum of visible light around. But yeah, that might not be the best analogy. But no, I agree with that. You can get crazy with pigeonholing, but if you want to differentiate between styles of music, it totally makes sense. And that's the style of music. A lot of times, genres also have a connotation of some kind of like moral stigma or fashion-related thing or something like that. And that's all fine. It's just people expressing themselves. I think a lot of places like the internet and stuff gets out of hand.
Yeah, it definitely does, right? Besides nice things, are you guys looking to make any more videos for this album?
Hopefully. It's really fun. Making nice things is a lot of fun. We have a blast.
You do? So how do you guys choose your set list for the show?
We come up with some things that we know work and some songs that flow together with each other. And then usually Greg will come up with the rest of the set list. We'll kind of pick and choose what we want to do. We'll say, hey, I don't want to play this song today, or hey, I want to play this song today. We also try to make it so if we just played a CD recently, we play a completely different set list the next time that we get through. So it's not the same exact thing.
What do you guys do for fun to pass time in the band?
Talk a lot of shit. Read, listen to music. Those kind of things. We are thinking about getting like some kind of way to watch movies in it, and we also get those fold up DVD players. We just do a lot of talking.
Last question. Any advice for the struggling musicians and bands out there willing and wanting to break into the music industry?
Yeah, play a lot of shows. Don't overplay the town that you live in, but trade shows with bands from other cities. And that way, like, you get to the show in your city, and then you play in their city for other people that like their band. Just kind of go from there, I guess.
Well, thank you so much for the interview.
Hey, sure thing. Thank you.
And I'm Ashley Mahal from Punk Site.